Hi guys, welcome. Welcome to the Women in Wealth, Create True Wealth and Financial Freedom for established coaches and service-based entrepreneurs. Over the course of the event, we're going to be sharing with you how to expand your relationship with money, how to feel free with your money, multiply your income, how to take care of your money, but also how to invest, create assets, and put that money to work. Welcome. I have a great guest expert for you here today. And today we have Hermione, and she's going to be talking to you about automating sales systems for heart center coaches. Welcome, Hermione. So tell us a little bit about your story and how you came to do this. Let's go there first.
Sure. Hi, everyone. So good to be here, Lorna. So excited to be talking to you today. So they call me the sales queen for coaches. I've been working with coaches for a pretty long period of time, and I come from a background where sales was like far-fetched. Like I lost a whole entire business of interior design because I could not sell. I mean, it's unimaginable for me. Like this whole thing was not planned for me. I did not step into the online world thinking that I want to master sales and I want to work with coaches. There was no such plan. It's the universe's way of unfolding one thing after the other, opening one door after the other, putting me through the grind and, making a little mess out of me and then churning me and turning me into somebody that you're meeting with today. So I'm very, very blessed. The journey has been extremely tough, but now when I look back and I'm able to join the dots, it's been a lot of fun, great learning. The whole ability to serve this huge, beautiful industry, the coaching industry, especially because for me, coaches are people. I mean, this was the biggest realization that I had just a couple of years ago when I realized that I want to do this. My why is because coaches are one people who are blessed with some beautiful gifts that their passion, they have gone through something and they have turned it into their passion. And now they have that gift to share with the world and be a part, the vehicle of transformation. So I'm like, I am that instrument who can make it happen through a lot of people. So I thought of it like a domino and I'm like, this is where I want to be. And I doubled down on it. That's what happened.
So tell me this: when you say automated sales system, and you said you weren't strong at sales in the beginning, what did you change that's different now? Because I know in your bio you have this, and I'm really intrigued. It says, reach income and impact faster, in a stress-free way. That you have here, automatic sales system that nurture passively, create a VI experience for your potential clients. So what do you mean by that? And they get 80% of their time back. I mean, that sounds fab. So tell us,
Yeah,
how do
yeah.
you make
That
that
that that that almost sounds like a dream come true, isn't it? And everybody is like promising things left, right, and center, but no one really knows what's really happening. So what happened is apart from doing business coaching back in the day, I was also, as a part of that, I was also teaching Facebook organic master classes and teaching them how to work through Facebook and the algorithm and how to stay on top and how to nurture people, what to say to them in the DMs and all of that and keep the conversation moving, add a lot of value. And that's how you don't sell. I mean, we always said don't sell ever, even in a call, never sell. Get them to experience you and your goodness and your juiciness and let them come to you. And we had a lot of specific strategies, very high end. I always work with live launch coaches. So that was anyways happening. And then I realized I tried a lot of technology. Everything that's available out there, I've tried it pretty much. And I realized there was a big gap in what was needed and what was available. So because of that, we were doing a whole lot of stuff manually, which was creating crazy amount of overwhelm because when you talk about high touch, high rapport, you cannot automate beyond a point. It's all manual because if you're talking to me in my messenger, I'd like to kind of attend to you or talk to you or add value to it one on one. And there was no AI back then, and I still don't use AI, by the way, at all. So, I mean, in the sense of Chat GPT style of AI. Of course, we've got smart systems. So then I bumped into this developer, this Canadian friend, about 2 years ago, and the deal was, he says, I'm building this technology, and it sounded too good to be true. And he says, I don't want to put together a bunch of features which are all there, but I wanted to talk into sales. And he had listened to a couple of my lives, and he had joined my group, and and we had a lot of interaction for a couple of months. And then it was like, he says, I want you to come on board and I want you to help me map out the features that absolutely have a step by step process inbuilt inside the technology, and so that it talks to sales automatically. So what came out of it, I mean, it was a lot of work, as I said, last couple of years, but what has come out of it, we've been using it for over a year now. It's maddening. It's insane. So now what's happened is, to answer your question with this context, we've been able to automate a lot of initial touch points, initial letting people qualify themselves, letting people raise their hands up if they're even interested. Because in the online world, you don't know who's interested, who's not, to take the conversation forward and to allow you to invest your time or not.
I like the way
And
you
then
said, sorry, I like the way you said you automate the first touch point. So can you
only those, yeah.
can you share
Only
more?
those. And then, of course, you can do a lot more. I mean, if there's any bulk something to be sent out, and it's all done through your personalized messenger window, unlike a bot. Like it's not like a botty, all these different software. So there's a big difference between a human and a bot. So imagine being able to automate a whole lot of stuff. Like if I have to send invites for my events, if I want to send reminders, if there's some common message, I can bulk send it through the thing, which is fine, which is totally fine. Saves a lot of time. And then the best part, what I've realized, is it buys back so much time. It amplifies your reach, because that's what the world of internet is. The more you connect, more number of people you connect with, the higher your chances of success are. So firstly, it automates that, finds the right people, finds the warm people. It has a lot of good stuff in it. And then it helps you send out information in a way that the open rates, the conversations happen way faster. And then once you are able to qualify people for the next level, now you can just work, you can humanize. Now that you have bought back so much time, now you're able to humanize the connection with those select group of people, and not like the whole wide world. And then your ability to build that connection, that personal connection. And so I teach all those systems of what to say, how to keep the conversation rolling, and keep them moving on the pipeline, as we call it, moving them way towards them turning into a paid client, how to get them to say yes to your offers rather than you going out and pitching. So that's why it's all passive, and it's nurturing, because you're nurturing them in ways that they don't even understand, like they've never experienced it. So that's what I teach. That's what I love to share.
So tell me, right, because you said a lot of golden things that definitely I've gone through the experience of, where you talked about the high touch. It's very manual, and then like I've experienced this, and then you're talking about automation has your first touch point. There's so many touch points, and that can be quite manual. You're talking about amplifying your reach. That makes a whole lot of sense. Sending
Yeah.
information to your qualify, and then sending your information, it opens them up quicker.
Yeah.
And this is sort of set up passively, that you're passively nurturing your people, and then from then you can bring in the human part of it. So are you talking about funnels?
We don't, I mean, the regular sense of the funnels, no, I'm not saying that you go and create a web page or a sales page and then create funnels. You can. I have those. But right now, what I'm talking about, I mean, there's a funnel. Like I just did a masterclass on group reboot. I called it the AI driven group reboot workshop. So what I did is I taught them, it's not a funnel that you build like on a sales page, on a website builder, but I taught them how to create a funnel, like a free funnel inside of your Facebook group, and then drive it through the softwares. The softwares are just Chrome extensions. It's like a bunch of them. So you drive them through the softwares, use some cool features to warm them up like crazy, like insane. And within the first 7 days of them joining the group, they get to qualify themselves or disqualify themselves. I mean, how cool is that? Like you're not chasing them for the rest of your life. You just know that who's the right fit, who's not, and you double down on building a connect, like at the human level, and moving them to your next, whatever your next, maybe it's a low ticket, mid ticket offer, just quickly getting to work together with them. So it works very beautifully.
With the Facebook group?
That's like one of the ways. Of course, we do it outside the group. I mean, like I've worked with live launch coaches, so I teach them the whole 5-day launch. What happens before? How do you bring in people inside the launch, nurture them so that they get excited to show up? When they show up, how do you keep the excitement rolling? How do you make them feel like, oh my gosh, like, for a free challenge, this is how they're making me feel. Like they're so curious to find out what's going to happen on the other side. And then the minute the challenge gets over, how to quickly get them in inside your program. Because that's a simple funnel. Like a live launch is basically, it's like you do the 5-day challenge and then invite them over to your high ticket offer. It's because there's a lot of value that's going out in that short compressed period of time. So it's very multi-layered sales strategies inbuilt.
Love that multi-layered. Yeah, you're saying so many.
I'm sorry, it might be a little more advanced for
Oh, it's
some
perfect.
people.
No, I totally get this because it's what I'm building out at the moment. I like the way you're talking about doubling down on what works, the way you're talking about you're bringing people in because they want to be there, not because you're going, please come get in it's coming
Yeah.
from like I want to be here. This is my ideal person that that you want to be spending your time on, the person who wants it, they're there for it and so forth. And I love the way you talk about the multiple layer. Um Now, what do you mean by this? Sales don't come in from what happens inside those sales calls. And I agree with this. This is a bit of an aha for me. It's not just the sales call, it's all those other things you're doing before it. So talk to that.
Yeah, so sales calls actually don't bring in the sales. And when I said it for the first time, someone said, "So why are we having the sales calls?" I'm like, because they're not, you don't sell. You never sell. If you're selling, if you feel that there's a need to sell, tell them about your program, the benefits and all the works, whatever you do, pitch them, convince them, prove yourself, whatever it is that you're doing, different people at different stages. Like there's something wrong in what you're doing before that stage that is
Mm,
making you do this. That's the marker, and you know that you need to fix some pieces beforehand. So what happens is there's a whole process that happens. I call it the pre-nurturing, pre-selling process, which happens in the background in a completely hands-free way. I actually call it mapping like an obstacle race, like create milestones. Like you have an obstacle race and they tell you to go jump
yeah,
over a
yeah,
mountain, whatever. So you create in your sales process. Most people don't have a sales process, and that's why they struggle. So
yeah,
you teach them how to create those milestones, those obstacles, and do not have a call with them until unless they've gone through the whole hula hoop. Because that whole hula hoop is designed strategically to actually warm them up, raise their temperature up so much that either they will get so pressurized with their temperature raising up that they cannot contain it and they drop off the grid because they're not ready, because they're freebie seekers, because they're happy with their comfort zone. They're like those kind of people. They're not yet ready for 10 reasons. So you don't want to deal with them and invest your time and energy getting rejected by those people, which is your fault. It's not their fault. Why are you even inviting them to your work, right? But the rest of them, so then you are left with a pool of people who are not just ready, but are super qualified. They love what you're doing because you took them on that obstacle race, and they fall in love with you so much that they can't wait to work together with you. And I delay the calls so much, it's almost like delayed gratification. Like by then they can't hold it, like they have to come to you and say, like in my calls, so many calls, it's been like, "Ah, I was just wondering, is this the right fit for me? Okay, 2 minutes conversation, where can I sign up?"
yeah, yeah.
That's
I
how the
have
calls
to
are.
say, as a customer, that anyone I've worked with, I'm like, just give me your link, I'm gonna sign up, right?
Perfect, beautiful.
Not
Because if you
because they
if
convinced me.
if that is not happening,
Yeah,
your sales closing process, trust me, guys, does not exist. That's the problem. Because your business programs don't teach you that, and it's not their fault because business coaching is business coaching. Sales is different. So now you take your pieces from the business coaching and you do something to it, and then create a whole process, let it run in the background, and you start making connections and then just focus on fulfillment of your clients. Those are the two things you got to do. Full
when
stop.
you're helping someone put this in place, you're helping different industry, I'm guessing. So they need to know their zone of genius to make this all zinc. Is that right?
I'm sorry, could you please repeat that for
Yeah.
me?
So I'm guessing you're working with people from different industries. Like, for example, I'm a financial coach, someone else might be health and
Sure.
wellness and so forth.
Yes.
So how do you bring their messaging or how they talk about their thing with with what you help them
Oh,
bring it all
oh,
together?
So the best part is I do not teach messaging. I mean, I always have inputs. I always have inputs on offers and stuff like that because I used to do business coaching back in the day. But as a salesperson, as a sales coach, I do not teach messaging. I do not teach mindset.
Well,
And
they
I
have
do
to
not
have that.
think,
They have to
huh?
have it ready and then plug in your
You
system.
have to be a business, you have to be a coach who's already working with some clients and you want to because if you don't have the basics in place, the
Yeah.
basic pieces in place, sales will not make any sense to you. It's a whole different new thing, and it
Okay.
just comes at the end of your coaching business. And that's where I'm going to drop a truth bomb here, based off my experience. That's where in the sales closing process, whatever you're making, I don't care, you're making 10Ks, 100Ks months, 500K months, doesn't matter. If you don't have a proper sales closing process in place, guys, you're leaving up to 80% of the cash on the table. Like easy money is just because that's where the money is. So I want you to come finish your business coaching, have your well-oiled machine, have some clients coming in, and then we clean up, we unclog your sales process, the drain pipes, and then it just starts flowing. And then it's up to you how much your capacity is, how much your passion is. You put in as much as you can handle and it'll keep flowing. That's the piece that I do.
I love it. I love it.
Thank
I love
you.
what you've shared here today. This is phenomenal. For anyone listening, because I'm excited about what you share. You've said so many golden nuggets regards doubling down on what works, bringing them in qualified, um, some the touch points, all those things that I have seen, you know, when I didn't have those things in place. So tell me, for anyone listening today, what's like, and my biggest aha, and even before this interview, was that piece where you said sales don't come in from what happening inside the sales call. It is so true. It's what you're doing before it. Like, it makes so much sense. So anyone listening, what's that kind of one aha you want to leave them with from what we chatted about today?
Don't be afraid of sales. Don't be afraid of what you're taught about sales and selling and cold DMs and sales calls and all of that and pitching. It's just being taught most likely to keep you stuck. It's just being taught, most likely, to keep you stuck. Sales is a super learnable process. It has a step by step by step framework. Just like you learned how to drive a car, just like you learned how to swim, there was a process, you practiced it and you got good at it. There is, I can promise you this. I can promise you this. I've worked with hundreds of coaches. There is in sales, in selling, apart from that, you can do what you want, but just in isolation, sales process does not require mindset work. There is nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with you. You're not getting sales not because you have limiting beliefs. All of us do. That's separate. That we keep growing and developing as coaches. Anyways, our personalities keep going through upgrades. But selling has nothing to do with mindset. In fact, the better you get at sales, the more your mindset shifts without doing any work. And I can prove that to you.
Yeah, well, you know, um, there's nothing like action to upgrade the mindset, because you when you go to do the things, you'll it really is about that yin yang of doing the action, and this has to upgrade to match it, otherwise it's not happening, right? And you'll do it naturally from having putting yourself and making that work. um and just very quickly before we share your free gift, AI systems, what does that mean?
So AI, so the systems that we build, they're not like chat GPT style of AI. AI has multiple kinds. So it's not like generative input generated AI where you put in a prompt and then something comes out. I mean, there is a piece that it also has that, but I don't really refer to that myself. Basically, the way your smartphones came in one fine day, back in the day, you had Android, we graduated all, the smart TVs came in. So there was a technology that was inbuilt behind the scenes that takes care of a lot of things. It senses your pressure, it senses your movement, and a whole lot of different things. You don't have to learn how to do those things, but the technology integrates them. So imagine 7-figure, 8-figure sales strategies have been inbuilt, infused inside the technology, and technology is possibly the cheapest thing to own than as compared to humans. And you can just run it. It doesn't have mood swings. It doesn't trouble you. You press a couple of, you learn how to click the right buttons and it delivers. It's literally your best salesperson. So that's really what AI in this case refers to.
I love that. I love the way you said
Thank
it,
you.
like your best salesperson, because it's true. Humans, they have their moments sometimes.
We have our mood swings, we have our good days, we have our bad days, all of that. We fall sick. The technology is fine. I mean, most likely than not.
I love it. So tell us, what's your free gift?
Oh, we built this really cool, amazing, hot AI powered sales quiz. And it's so much fun because it tells you exactly what's your quotient, where are you at in your sales in that process where it's there. We've mapped out 4 milestones. So if you take it, it's a 3-minute quiz. It's so cool. It just delivers your result right then and there. So take it, have fun, and have a lot of fun with it. It's so cool.
I love it. You guys, you need to get that. The seven-figure sales quiz. three
Yeah.
minutes. Three
Three
minutes.
minutes, that's it. It's like click. We've added some radio buttons. So you have got multiple choice questions. Just go click on the radio button, a few of them, and you're good.
And it shows you where you are and what you need to put in place, I'm guessing. Yep. Okay. And you've a VIP. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so that's another of my favorite things. So we recently did a workshop on lead generation, even though I never, ever, ever talk about leads. And I don't use the word leads in my work because I always call it audience growth because leads are humans, people. So I don't like to use that word, but for people to understand what I'm saying, to come to your level. So we did this workshop called 700 AI-fied leads in one single sitting, which is unheard of. Like you just sit, do some stuff, and you get 700 people, actually way more, but I called it 700 to make it sound believable. So we have a VIP pass to that. So there was this workshop we did, and then there were these VIP pass. We did multiple workshops, extra coaching sessions together with me, where we double down on the strategy to find warm people in a couple of clicks, not just get those number of people, but how to find the right people and how to start your first outreach message inside DMs, which you can obviously automate using technology. So I'm giving away for you guys, lovely people, our viewers here today. I'm giving away that pass, VIP pass. Definitely watch it, make use of it. It's going to change the way you look at your business. I don't want you to think that lead generation is a problem when you think about client getting. I want you to completely switch your focus to serving people. We've solved that problem for you. It's gone for good.
I love that, and it's an incredible
Thank
product.
you.
And I know, there's a price tag on it, and she's giving it to you guys for free. So, guys, remember to jump on that VIP. You do not want to miss that.
Not
Himalaya, she shared so many wonderful things today. I know that I'm putting these things in place at the moment, and to automate your process of sales is just invaluable. It really is. So, if you're serious about creating the wealth and financial freedom you desire, and if that's something you really want to have, you want to nab the VIP. It's for €77 euros only. You want to hop on this today. Imagine where you'll be 6 months, 1 year from now, when you are somebody who changes how you think, feel, and operate with money and operate with your sales. Um, and the actions you taken now with your money are making all the difference, and you get to create your wealth and financial freedom. And it's about the decisions you make today. So thank
go
you.
for it.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Himani, for being here. This has been
Thank
incredible.
you. Thank you so much. Really, really enjoyed myself. Thank you. Thank you, guys. See you soon.
See you soon, guys.